As we are protected persons under the 4th Geneva Convention, and we have signed an agreement with U.S. forces in 2004, the responsibility for Ashraf residents until the final displacement is with the U.S. forces. Now, the issue about moving us to another part of Iraq, perhaps far from the border, this is just another pretext of another crime. Moving us somewhere far from the border, where we are far from international spotlight, is just like asking us to go to a concentration camp. And just allow me to say that this is to the demands of the Iranian regime. This is what the Iranian regime exactly wants. And we will never surrender to such a demand, to go to a concentration camp and be murdered far from international spotlight.
So would that jeopardize your safety?
Yes,
if you were
definitely
moved to another location in Iraq?
Yes, definitely.
That jeopardizes safety?
Yes, definitely, because there is no guarantee that we have protection. If there is no if the U.S. forces cannot protect us, then we're going directly into the concentration camp at the will of the Iranian regime. And it's unacceptable.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I want to thank you very much for sharing your story with us and the story of Camp Ashraf and this brutal massacre that took place. We appreciate, and Mr. Filner, do you have a couple of questions? I didn't see you over there. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to say thank you for holding this hearing, allowing me to participate as a member of Congress. As you are well aware, because you have been there, there is a potentially much greater humanitarian disaster awaiting, and I think the United States has both the legal and the moral obligation to try to prevent that, and I thank you for holding this to put the spotlight. Too few Americans know what is going on there, and we thank you and Ashraf for testifying this morning. We all met your mom. She sends her love, obviously, and her concern mirrors that of millions of people in this country. So thank you for what you said. I just wanted to ask, by the way, did you or anybody at Ashraf try to get the Americans to respond to this attack that the Iraqis carried out?
Yes. Before I answer your question, excuse me, please, I say hello to my mother. I'm very happy that she's there. Hopefully I'll be able to speak to her soon. About the question that you asked, yes, I personally, through the Canadian consulate, asked to be transferred to Balad Hospital to receive better care. The Canadian consulate told me that they didn't accept. Also, through our liaison officer, we asked the American embassy as well, but again, we were denied. I asked them for myself as well as for all of the other injured, because I'm sure you know there were about 340 injured, about 245 were shot or received injuries just like myself through a grenade explosion. From the beginning, we really needed medical attention, but unfortunately they didn't accept to take us. However, they came to visit. They took 7 Ashraf residents, and you must understand that 7 out of 340 is a very, very low number. Yes, we asked for their help.
Did the Americans, did you ask them for help as the attack was occurring?
Oh, yes.
For some military intervention or some military protection, as was promised and agreed to and signed by the American Army?
Yes. from every moment we had contact with the United States forces, with the embassy. In fact, from April 3rd, U.S. forces were here inside Ashraf because we saw the tanks that had entered, and we informed them that something is going to go on.